Hello everyone, I'm Kalen North and welcome back to Terra Invicta. Today we're on part 12 of our Protectorate campaign. We've just finished setting up some moon colonies. We've got our first Martian mining outpost launched. It'll be a while before it arrives, but it's launched. The EU's been consolidating nicely. We've got a huge amount of territory covered by it at this point. We're going to try and unify a few more countries in there, but we're doing pretty well. And Italy has been liberated from the weird mix of the Resistance, Humanity First, and the Servants. Today, we're going to be looking at the EU a little bit more. We're going to try and actually progress the storyline of the game a little bit, go and contact an alien. We're going to try and get influence probably in some other parts of the world. We might spread east to Russia, we might spread southeast to the Middle East, we might spread south to Africa. Regardless, we're probably going to have some spare cap to work with as we unify things, and so it's going to be a matter of just trying to pick our priorities for going forward. Speaking of, our control point in Greece, the crackdown there has expired, so we could go ahead and abandon that one again if we wanted. I'm more tempted to abandon Hungary, just because Hungary is a little bit further away from unification. They're at 100 days until we have them under control, or able to join the European Union, that is, fully. So I'm going to switch their priorities to run some funding, just because they're on their last mission control point already. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and abandon Hungary for the time being. Get ourselves back under cap. Take a quick look at our counselors. I want to see if anyone can level up. We've got a new set of orgs available that could influence things somewhat. Looks like Udantika can level up. I'm going to give her an extra administration point. I'm going to... Madeline is not quite ready to level up. Anjor's not. Yoyi is, though. So we'll give her a point of administration. Yoyi, we've kind of been loading up with low-star organizations, so unfortunately she's nearly at capacity despite only having an administration score of 20. That might continue for the time being, and we'll try and get her improved later on. But for now, let's take a quick look at what orgs we do have available. This top row, I don't think we care about too much. Lycurgus Products is kind of interesting with an economy boost and a money income boost, but it is a 2-star, and we probably don't want to worry about that. Jaeger Corps we've looked at before, I think, not the most interesting. We do have Orion Capital Group available to us, which gives some boost to administration, so I'm thinking about putting that on Anjor or possibly on Udantika. Udantika, I think, could probably use a little bit more than Anjor, just because we have some other orgs sitting around here that can boost investigation and espionage. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that for her right away. Spending a fair chunk of money, but that's fine. We've got plenty, and this is what we want to spend it on anyway. So Aldebaran Interactive will give her some extra investigation and espionage, which is nice. Otho Intelligence, same thing. So we'll grab those two, I think, for her. Verbena Information Group, if we could get that one onto Madeline, that would be nice, but no, Madeline's full up, so never mind. So I'm going to go ahead and get Aldebaran, and I'm going to grab Otho Intelligence. Just get those investigation and espionage scores really sky high for Udantika. Madeline's full up. Anjor is full up. Yoyi has room for one more at this point if we want to give it to her. I'm thinking about... I don't really want to get either of these security or risk management groups. I am interested in this information group to give her a little boost to espionage potentially, but more likely I'd want to go for either something like the Hibiscus Trust, which gives a knowledge boost, or more likely this Oceanus Technology Group, which gives us another project, which is another 5% bonus to our organizations, or not organizations, our faction projects. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that for her. Fill her up on orgs. We'll probably get rid of some things like Griffin brands and Dianthus brands here in the near future, just to give her more space for things that boost stats, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And otherwise, everyone is full up on orgs. So we're doing pretty well on that front. As far as missions go, we took Italy back. We were working on the southern Balkan states. We were working on Norway. Both of those are things we want to try and take this turn, or work on taking this turn if we can.
Your orders?
So I'm going to have Udantika go ahead and run a purge in Norway.
We are taking power.
Her espionage score is now almost as good as Madeline's. Madeline's is 19, Udantika's is 16, so that's getting kind of absurd. But we'll have Madeline go and run a purge down here in the southern Balkan states. Both of those are going to be very easy to get, and then we'll take the legislative or the executive points shortly thereafter, I think. Now, neither of these countries is in the EU already. So we're going to have to consolidate executive control, join the Federation, and then unify after that. So we're going to have to hold on to them for quite some time in order to do that, which will be fine. The other thing we could theoretically do is we could try to take them by military force. I don't really like doing that, so I'm not going to. We probably have enough oomph from the European Union's military at strength 4.1 to the 3.6 of the southern Balkan states, but it's not a sure thing, and it's not... I mean, it works. It means you have to do more military conflict, which downgrades some of the stats of the nation, unfortunately. Meanwhile, everyone else is probably going to start running public support campaigns somewhere. We started running some unity in Spain in order to get a boost to our public opinion, try and kick the servants out a little bit more effectively. So we're not going to worry about there too much. We're way ahead in the European Union, we're way ahead in the United Kingdom, we're way ahead in Italy. So those are all good to go. It's more a question of, do we want to try and go for, say, the Baltic states? Do we want to start making a play for Russia? Or do we want to do something else entirely? I believe Iceland can be added to the European Union as well, so that's another possible target for getting some public support and running a purge mission later on. But for the time being, I think rather than... I think the Baltic states I'm going to go for with public campaigns this turn. And then after that, probably I'll be working on focusing on, to the extent that they still exist, empty nations, just so that we can set some priorities with those. So we'll run public campaigns in the Baltic states. Eric's going to run one there as well. And then we want to start figuring out aliens at some point. And so I'm going to probably try and find some servant territory, such as India, and just run survey location missions there. In fact, I'm gonna have Yoyi go and do that this turn. I'm gonna survey location in New Delhi, just because we already know the servants have tons of control there, and the resistance is nearby, and so there's the possibility that aliens are going to do things in that region. We really do want to contact an alien to get some new projects unlocked and start progressing towards our victory condition. That is our current faction main objective, so we want to do that. Speed up time and run time. Katanga Independence Movement.
Initiating recon.
Alright, so we are running recon in New Delhi. We'll see if we can find some aliens. Solid Core Fission Reactor 2 project we can now run. I don't want to run that one right away, but I do want to run it probably when our next one finishes.
I'm on your side.
Who is this Fabia person? Oh, okay. So our turned agent is running investigations on other counselors. We might lose him soon if the initiative figures out he's been turned. That won't be the end of the world. We've already, I think, rated them sufficiently.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Alright, some more popularity in the Baltic states. More popularity in the Baltic states. That's good. Breakup of Pakistan. That's kind of cool, but we're not going to go for that right now. All of these independence movements give a ton of social science projects. Mozambique. Oh, Russia actually did deploy their military to Mozambique. Wow. That's fine. All right, so Dallenberg Crater. We finished our mining complex. That means that we are only slightly negative on volatiles and slightly negative on water, unfortunately. I think if we look at just Protectorate bases, we should finish this one soon, and that'll get us positive on volatiles. But I don't know. That's unfortunate that we're now negative on water. I wonder if we can take another site on the moon to get positive on water in the short term. Looks like not. The only other water site on the moon is Peary Crater, and humanity first took that one. So we could try and go take that back, but that's gonna be a little complicated to steal that. So I don't think we're ready to start stealing space assets at this point, and we don't have Marines to go and take it by force. So we'll keep running time. We are going to be positive. We are going to have enough water that we don't get a boost penalty for a little while, at least. But it would be nice to be positive on that. And we will be eventually, once the Martian mining finishes up. But we're not there yet. All right, we want to run mission control here in the Southern Balkan states. I don't think we want to run anything other than mission control, honestly. Their economy is in pretty bad shape, actually, but we'll try and just pull them into the EU and fix them that way.
We've removed some threats.
All right, Norway, we got a point. We want to, again, run mission control. We don't want to run anything else. We could run some boost, but we don't need to. All right, and we are a little over cap right now, but I think we're about to be able to unify some more countries in. Paraguay we could target, but I don't think we care. Oh, we're not quite ready to unify Sweden in. Hungary's not that close, actually. Greece, on the other hand, is very close. They'll finish up this turn or next. Yeah, I think that we're probably fine waiting on any more unifications right now. We want to take those extra control points, but then we can probably abandon. I don't want to abandon Greece. I do kind of want to just unify Greece in. I don't think we saw any agents in India that are certainly aliens, but this one over here might be one. The reason I say that is they're running an op in a very strange region, and so most of the time when human counselors are running ops, they'll be in the capital of a country. So I kind of want to investigate this one. I'm going to have Urantika go ahead and do that. The other giveaway is this is probably a human, actually, because their espionage score is too low to be an alien, most likely. But we'll give it a shot anyway, see what they're doing there. Maybe it's a Humanity First or Resistance Counselor who is taking out some alien life forms. There's another one up there who's unknown. I'll check this one out.
Initiating surveillance.
We'll see what we can find. Do we have knowledge about anyone for hostile takeover that's useful? Let's see. We don't have, or steal project would be the other thing. Could we steal any projects from the initiative? No. Nerva Drive is tempting to steal, but I don't think we need to do that. The initiative, The Liberty Fund we weren't too interested in. Just taking a quick look at all their projects to see if we want to raid anything. Oh, goodness. Glenn has a bunch of projects now. Espero is interesting. It's got administration plus boost. We could potentially go and try and raid for orgs again. I don't know that I'm going to do that right now, just because we are pretty full up on orgs. Oh, just missed that notification. And so that's not quite so urgent right now. So I'm gonna have Eric,
Ready to go.
rather than trying to like run hostile takeover or something. I think this is where I'm gonna have him start taking random countries. We'll go ahead and take the Philippines.
Establishing our presence.
Philippines has
Where do you
been
need-
unoccupied, but we can take it and at least stop them from running spoils. We want to improve as much of the world as we can, because we are hoping to hold as much of the world as we can later on. Yoyi, I think, could also run an investigate counselor mission on one of these weird targets. But she doesn't have as good of odds. So I think we'll have Yoyi go and survey location again somewhere else. Try and figure out. Let's see. The servants are in India. The servants are also. Where are the servants near us? The servants are in the Baltic states, and they're in Russia. So we could have Yoyi go and try and run a survey location somewhere like Belarus, which hits a number of these regions, and see if we can find some alien activity that way. Madeline, I want to go ahead and run another purge mission. I would like to kick the servants, or no, it's not the servants, it's the resistance. I would like to kick the resistance out of Belarus. No, it is the servants. What? I don't remember. I must have been looking at Belarus. I meant I want to kick them out of the southern Balkan states. I want the southern Balkan states. We'll put a couple of influence towards that.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready for orders.
Anjor. I think Anjor is going to take out some alien life forms. We'll try and work on the easy ones first.
Taking it to them.
We don't want to give the aliens too easy of a time getting onto Earth. We want to keep them above Earth if we can. And then as far as nations go, I wanted to take a quick look. We have a much shorter list now, which is kind of nice. I want to potentially abandon one of these to get ourselves under cap, but it's not that urgent. We're only 6 over. It should be fine. So, of course, we are hoping to take more this turn with a control nation and also a what am I saying? Purge mission. Global Listening Network project. That's great. +1 investigation when we're detecting aliens. I'm gonna. Global Listening Network is only 1,000 points, so I'm going to go for that right away. I'm going to interrupt our augmented learning and just go for that immediately because we really want to detect aliens right now. If we do manage to detect an alien earlier, then I will, stop doing that and not worry about it as much. Electronic countermeasures is useful for later on, but not too useful right away. It can stop enemy missiles, but it's underwhelming because it can't stop alien missiles until you research a separate project. We finished molybdenum pipe radiator. I want to sort by category here. I think we want mobile space science lab. Give us that ability to prospect space bodies.
We've got some intel on our target.
Alright, so we found a servant counselor, which is another good option here. if we can turn a servant counselor, they're much more likely to see aliens than we are, I think. And so we can potentially get intel on how to contact an alien through the servants. So we'll dig into him a little bit more and see what we can find. Aliens have founded another base. They'll probably found another station in a moment. Yep, there they go. And we're waiting on a couple more missions. Humanity first. Oh, they're putting out more outposts on Mars. That's not great. Russia has declared war on Italy. I am not a fan of that. I probably should have allied Italy to the European Union earlier, and the United Kingdom, but I'm going to do that now. So, worst case scenario, I can deploy forces to defend against Russia here. So, if Russia does try to send their naval ship, which I think is sitting down here still, to Italy, we can go ahead and move this unit into there to defend it. Otherwise, yeah, that's all. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Score one for the good guy.
All right, so we took out some xenoflora, xenofauna.
Our supporters are in place.
All right, we got critical success in the Philippines. I'm gonna set priorities. Let's see, they have a spaceflight program already. That's cool. I'm gonna set everything to running economy and welfare and mission control, I think. No, not mission control. I'm gonna have them run funding. Just try and work on those problems that they've got and set them up for future expansion. And then I'm going to abandon the point. We may take it back later, but for now, we're gonna not hold on to it.
Some threats.
All right, Southern Balkan states, we have control. We want to run all mission control there. And then I'm going to go ahead and abandon... All right, Greece is ready for unification. Hungary is not. Sweden is close. So I'm gonna go ahead and abandon... I'm going to abandon the Southern Balkan states because they're a ways off still. Hopefully we hold on to them, but we can just fight back for them as need be if and when anyone tries to mess with us there. Let's keep an eye on that Russian army. It's still healing, so that's a good sign that they're not going to go super soon. We are very, very slightly over our cap, like a fraction of a point. 0.08 over our cap, so that's not actually a penalty for us right now. Russia is flexing its muscles. So Russia is really an appealing thing to take at this point, just so it stops messing with us. But we're not there yet. So Madeline, I'm gonna have go and take Norway at this point. Run a purge on that one.
We're taking power.
And Anjor, I'm gonna have keep on going for alien life forms. We'll go for the ones, some of them in India.
Reporting in.
Worst case, this gets him experience and slows the servants down a little bit. Yoyi, I don't think identified anyone. A random counselor there. 13 espionage. That's still probably not an alien, but it could be.
Ready.
Might just be a high espionage NPC, a human controlled counselor. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Urantika go ahead and keep on working on this servants counselor. Where are we? So there's Neve. Yeah, we'll have her work on them.
Tracking target. What's the op?
Yoi could also investigate Neve. She doesn't have as good of odds, but Neve is actually only really doing well because of his local control points. So we'll spend a couple of ops to get the odds up on that, and if he leaves India, then we'll have a much better chance of taking it. Eric, I'm gonna have take the next point in the Philippines because he can, and I don't think that it's worth raiding the servants for orgs right now. So we will run those assignments. How are we sitting on resources? We've got a lot of metals. I want to just check Habs again quickly, see if there's anything else we want to build. We could go ahead and build another fission pile on Mars now. It's only 1.5 boost, and it's going to take a while to get there, so I think I'm going to do that just to get it ready. Or just to get it started. And then we're going to build a construction module there as soon as we can. Which, again, construction modules are coming once industrialization of space finishes, but we want to get our other techs finished here first. Anything else in space to note right now? I don't think so. We're gonna run out of water pretty soon here in about a month, but we'll just take the boost penalty and it'll be fine. So we'll run all these missions. All right, we finished another mining complex. And that should have gotten us enough volatiles, I think, to go... I was expecting to go positive on volatiles. Why didn't we go? Oh, our monthly income is negative 3.2. Huh. I must have, let's see here. The upkeep, oh, the monthly upkeep on these is a lot higher than I thought it was. Okay, so that's why. I messed that up. That'll be fine, though, long term. We'll just keep losing boost for the time being to send extra up. It does hurt, but once our Martian outpost finishes, we will be good on volatiles for quite some time. So that's going to be July of 2026. It's going to be a little while yet, but we will get there. I thought the monthly operating costs were lower for some reason on those mining machines. Oh well. We'll continue running time.
Person of interest surveilled.
Alright, so Neve is stabilizing India. Is India having some trouble? Oh yeah. Maybe we should launch a coup there. We could work on that here shortly. Aliens are at 69 Hesperia.
We've got some intel on our target.
Alright, and Neve has a loyalty score of 13, which is high, but possible to turn still.
I work for you now.
I don't... Oh, this is a... Yeah, this is the initiative trying to figure out who their mole is by using their mole. So that's funny. Aliens build a station. Alright, we finished the Mobile Space Science Lab project. I'm going to sort... Yeah, they're sorted by category. I'm going to have this project go to... I'm going to start Solid Core Fission Reactor 2, I think. Keep on getting ship parts going. I want to check on... Yeah, the Russian army still isn't moving. They probably will start moving soon. I assume they're going to try and invade Italy. But we can reinforce as soon as that happens. Alright, Global Listening Network is done. We'll take Augmented Learning. Keep working on that. So Global Listening Network should hopefully help us with finding this alien that we want to contact.
By the numbers.
Took out some xenoflora, xenofauna.
We're taking over.
Philippines, we got another point. I'm going to work on economy, welfare, and funding. And I'm going to go ahead and abandon that again. Oh, looks like Project Exodus finished taking China. Good for them. They are running everything, so that's interesting. Not everything, but they're running a lot of different priorities
We're
there.
in control here.
Alright, we have executive control in Norway. We can tell them to just run mission control. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and abandon this nation and let it sit for a while. And I forgot to go unify Greece into the EU again. We need to do that. 1870 Glaukos. There's another base. Another station as well. Alright, so I'm going to make sure the EU is allied to most of our other countries. Southern Balkan states is the main one. Looks like everything else is good to go. And then the UK, same thing. They can't ally with Norway. They can ally with the Southern Balkan states. So we'll do that. Alright, and then... Alright, this turn I'm going to have Yoyi, we successfully investigated Neve, so we're going to see if we can turn him. We'll pump a bunch of influence into that, get it up to 59%.
They'll be working for us
Oh, there's alien activity. Where's the alien activity? We'll have Andra go and investigate that in La Paz, Bolivia.
We will recon the site.
Where to?
At your service.
To jump to Bolivia. Okay, so that I think just happened. Did that just happen? Yeah, that just happened. So we're gonna also have Yoyi go over there. No, we're gonna have Udantika go over there because she has a great investigation score, and we're gonna have her survey location to try and find an alien. Unless is this an alien? It might be. They have 10. That's not 15 on that one. I think we'll have Udantika just run survey here in Bolivia.
Initiating surveillance.
See what we can
Your
find.
orders?
Madeline, I'm gonna have her go ahead and purge Iceland, I think. Try and take that back. Yeah, because spoils and mission control. Ugh. That's not a good mix. Only 12% chance of success though. So maybe that's a bad target for now. We could go for the Baltic states. I think we've got better public support there. Yeah, 38% base chance. So we'll take that. Pump in enough influence to get her up to 76%.
Removing our enemies.
And then Yoyi, I'm gonna have her set policy in the EU to unify
Time to
Greece.
make our move.
Congo is protected. Let's see if
Eyes
Eric...
up.
Alright, so hopefully if there is an alien down here, we catch them.
They won't listen to reason.
We failed to turn Neve, that's fine. A flood in Barcelona. We have lots of money and ops, so we'll deploy a team to give assistance. That'll give us a nice public opinion boost as well. So Spain should be looking pretty good here. Still a lot with the servants. Pakistan has declared war on Iran and Turkey.
Policy direction complete.
Alright, unification with Greece. And now we're at 6 control points in the EU, so that actually backfired a little bit. Now we're over our CP cap again. But we're at 338 out of 334, so that's all right. We'll change our priorities to match what we've got here previously, and continue the turn.
Here is what we
Wrong
have
button.
found.
Sorry, I wanted to click on this. Alien abductions in Peru. Makes me think that there's an alien counselor there. So there's good odds of that. And then, what did I accidentally click on? Was the Academy founding a base on Mars. So we'll keep running time, see if we get that purge mission off.
The opposition remains in power.
We failed in the Baltic states. That's okay. All right, so I think, yep, we certainly can do that if we wanted, but I want to go ahead and try and investigate this counselor. I think, because they're our best candidate for an alien right now.
Surveilling target.
And then
Reporting in.
Anjor, I'm gonna have investigate the other alien activity that just occurred.
Standing by for order.
Yoyi, we can actually steal a project. Very bad odds, though, for Yoyi. I might have Madeline go do
Standing
that
by.
instead, because she can also steal projects, and she has good espionage. So we'll do that on this Resistance Counselor. I think the only one we can steal is Nerva Drive,
Ready for my mission.
but that'll be good to do. Yoyi, how close is Sweden to unifying? Sweden is ready to unify. They finished up their mission control. So Yoyi is going to set national policy in the EU again,
On my way to the capital.
unify Sweden in,
Standing by.
and hopefully clear up some space for us. Belize is in so much trouble. Well, we're going to abandon it for now. Leave it on Crackdown. And Eric is going to try and turn Neve again. We'll spend a full 64 influence, get it up to
We'll bring them
60%.
to our side.
See if we can't get that to work this time.
I have new information.
All right. We found an alien. Xenoform Alpha 6. So, here's our first alien. Let's go make peace with them. That sounds like a good idea. I'm sure this can't possibly backfire in any way, shape, or form. But we will run a contact mission on them next turn. See what we can do. Meanwhile, I'm going to let the rest of our missions run.
No more secrets.
Steal the Nerva Drive. Now, I believe we still have to research Nerva Drive. We just unlocked it. Yeah, so we don't actually make progress on it, but we get to steal the ability to do it. Also, I was not paying attention, and the Russians are in fact invading Italy. So we want to deploy the French military and the British military to Italy in order to stop the Russians.
Mission is a no-go.
Oh? Did we lose? We lost some... He must have gone to ground or something. And we lost track of him. If he went to ground, though, I wouldn't expect to still see him at all, so maybe... I'm not sure what happened
Mission
there.
complete.
Alright, unification with Sweden. Alright, and that gets us back under
Wrapping up
cap.
here.
And the EU has spread over a very large chunk of Europe now, at least land-wise. We'll keep on holding on to all of that, and it looks like we could unify with Spain as well now, which Spain is, I think, still a ways away from meeting their goals. So I'm gonna turn off the unity priority here. And let them focus on mission control exclusively, because the unity priority isn't doing that much. It's like we're slightly ahead. We have 52 to 48, but I don't think the servants are going to be able to mess with us too much there, with us having that much popular support, even if they also have a ton.
Recon complete.
All right, we got the Xenology research bonus from that. And North Korea, the initiative now controls. The initiative took our point in the Philippines for goodness knows what reason. I suppose because we had it. And we lost the legislature in Norway. Oh no. Well, we can take that back. Let's see how the little Russo-Italian war is going. Looks like they have their army there, and we have 2 armies arriving in 3 days. So that'll be good. Let's see. Anjo... I think... Oh, Madeline is well ready to level up. So, let's see. Do we want to give her... We want to still give her administration, I think. Because she's got a few administration boosting orgs that we could get rid of if we're and move to someone else if we're able to level that up a bit further. None of her other stats I'm too worried about right now, so we will just go for administration. Anjor has quick learner, so he can go for administration. And that'll actually free him up to equip something. We could get Odysseus Systems, which is not too appealing for him, at least. Gaia Aviation gives us some extra boost. And Prometheus Consultants gives boost to Unity and funding. The Theta Fund gives knowledge. I'm Omicron Intelligence Solutions. I'm not too interested in any of these, so I think we're just gonna leave all of these sitting on the sidelines for now. I wanted to contact the aliens, so we're gonna have Andra go for that, I think, or maybe Yoyi. I'm gonna have Yoyi go and contact the aliens. So we'll contact Xenoform Alpha 6.
Making contact.
Eric, I'm gonna have take the last point in the Philippines because we can. Why not?
Bringing them to our side.
Reporting in.
Urantika, I would really like to run another investigate mission on Neve. Although I'm not worried about hitting the servants anymore because we found our alien. So I'm going to have her go and run a purge mission on the academy here in Norway instead.
Dominating the opposition.
Madeline, I'm going to have her go ahead and run a purge mission on the initiative in the Baltic states again. We'll put in some influence, get her a decent chance of success.
The opposition.
Ready to go.
And Anjor, I'm thinking about just boosting unrest in India and trying to hopefully launch a coup there in the near future. We would need some more popular support in order to have good odds of that. Right now, his increase unrest in India has 0. Oh yeah, we don't stand a chance at doing that at the moment. So never mind. That's not going to happen. Coup d'etat there is also very, very unlikely. Yeah, these odds aren't very good. So I'm gonna have him go and just run a public campaign, I think, in the Baltic states. Just try and help support Madeline a little bit. All right, so we'll confirm assignments and let's go say hi to the aliens. Finished a drive. We'll go ahead and research the Nerva drive. And then Yoyi, I want to contact this alien. War Master Winter's Sword. You are tolerated, you present no threat. Submit proposition. I'm surprised that we can actually, like, understand anything with them. They have a bunch of orgs. That's interesting. We want a non-aggression pact with the aliens. And we'd probably like to have some space materials if they're willing to trade them to us. Will they give us just like 100, 1,000? No. Let's take 200 volatiles and 200 water. Adequate, acceptable. And then that'll fix our space materials problems for approximately forever. Or at least until we can get them fixed ourselves. So, yeah, let's do that. The aliens can bribe us.
Commissioner, our first attempt at contacting the aliens did not go smoothly, but we have obtained a device that will teach us their language.
Okay, so we contacted the aliens, we're figuring out what happened. Our delegation arrived, secured the area, the representatives appeared. Apparently the alien mind control is real. We kind of knew that. Not sure who fired first. The aliens don't seem to care. They've given us teaching devices. They view our casualties as an irrelevance. I'm sure they do. Although Kieran thinks that it must be a miscommunication. We need to go and find our mission, or our team members who went against it. All right, we got language devices, technology sub-persona cores, clean energy, climate adjustment, environmental repair, medical research, alien technology project when it becomes available. All right, well that went surprisingly well. We also have a bunch of space resources now, and so I'm gonna go and jump back to Mars and look at settling some things there. I would like to jump to Mars. I don't... how many sites are still open is the other question here. We don't need to worry about fissiles, because we've got great fissiles on the moon. Water and noble metals would be really good. Looks like the noble metal sites have all been taken, though. So I think we want to focus on water and volatiles. Yeah, we'll do that. Found outpost. Let's grab the best water site for now, and then that's still also got decent fissiles too, as well as volatiles and metals. So we'll go ahead and found that outpost. Washington base, and we will build a fission pile, which we can build in space entirely, so no boost used, and an outpost mining complex, which we can build entirely in space. So that's good. I'm tempted to build a space dock. Not that we're going to build ships on Mars, but it can launch probes for us from Mars. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We can always use the other methodology that we have, the science modules. So we want to learn their language, we want to learn their technology as best we can. As soon as those projects unlock, we'll switch to them. For the time being, though, we need to deal with the Russians invading Italy. Which shouldn't be too bad, because we just brought in 2 much stronger armies to there.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Alright, we've got some more support in the
Mission in
Baltic
progress.
states.
We are in control
Who
now.
deployed this? China. China deployed a military, that's fine.
Wrapping up here.
Alright, we have Norway back. Continue working on mission control there.
We've gained significant support.
Alright, we have the Philippines executive. We will switch it to economy, welfare, and funding. Oh, thank goodness they're not running spoils at least. But that'll probably change. I am going to go ahead and abandon that point immediately. Just let the Philippines try and improve their technology.
Our associates are now in charge.
Alright, and we
Speeding
took a
things
point
up.
in the Baltic states. That's good. I want to run mission control, and they've got 4 out of 6, so I actually want to run mission control and a little bit of funding. Some military noises coming from Italy still. I think we're going to be able to take out the Russian army, which will be nice. Reduce Humanity First's ability to be aggressive. And let's see, Chad has expired, so we'll go ahead and abandon that one again. We are at 336 out of 335. Let's see, Northern Balkan states is a ways off. Hungary's actually getting pretty close. We've almost finished our executive cooldown. They've almost finished their space program, or their mission control program. We just need to get those new techs unlocked. So, in the meantime, let's take control of a little more area. Madeline, I'm going to have run a purge on the executive in the Baltic states, I think. Or do we want to have her run... No, Iceland is terrible right now. So we'll run purge on the Baltic states, pump in a little bit of influence, get it up
We're
in
taking
probability.
Your orders?
Anjor... You know, with 156 mission control, maybe we could just unify early on some of these nations. Like get Spain in there and stop worrying about it being independent. Also, Andra could start running Inspire missions, but he's still a little low on persuasion. I should also take a look at the orgs. Get a little more investigation on someone. A space output mining boat boost. A bonus to welfare. I don't think any of these are super exciting. Fornax Technologies, get boost to projects might be nice. Is anyone ready to level up? Udantika is, so we will give her another point of administration, get her up to a total 25, and leave that for now. So I think that I'm gonna just go ahead and have Anjor equip Fornax, get the extra project, and get our tech going at a 45% bonus now. Yeah, we're gonna keep on progressing. All right. Eric is going to, I think, try and take another random nation. Let's go for South Africa.
Taking control.
At your service.
Udantika. I probably want her to work on... I'm thinking even just a public campaign in Iceland to start trying to get that one back into the EU. Or into the EU, I should say. They're running boost in Iceland. Seems not very good. Not very effective. It's pretty far north. We'll have Virantika go ahead and run public campaign in Iceland, start getting some popularity there.
We'll make our appeal.
Anjor, I'm gonna do same thing. Public campaign in Iceland. Yoyi, same thing, public campaign in Iceland.
We'll make our appeal.
Alright. We'll run time. Matthew is laying low. Go to ground. The Russian's gonna escape. Yeah, they just barely made it out. That's
We're
unfortunate.
winning their hearts and minds.
Getting some public support in Iceland. Getting a lot of public support in Iceland. I'm gonna have the United Kingdom's army move back to home in London. And I'm gonna have the Première Division Blindé? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Move back to Paris now that the Russians are fleeing. Again, we get a slight penalty for having the
People
armies
will come
deployed.
to our side.
Our presence is growing.
Alright, South Africa. I want to run economy, I want to run welfare, I want to run funding, I think. So yeah, we'll leave it at those. I'm at 345 out of 336, so I will go ahead and abandon that point now. Get down to 336 out of 336.
We are in control now.
The Pakistani strike corps was destroyed. Okay. That's
Wrapping up
interesting.
here.
All right, Baltic states we have control over. I'm going to set everything back that way and then abandon the nation entirely. Just let it sit for a while. We are going to be on a very long cooldown here before we can join the EU again. So no reason to have it sitting active for the time being. Southern Balkan states, we lost to the Academy. That's unfortunate. Well, we'll take that back in a turn here. Number of alliances ending. Yes, we can do a hostile takeover if we wanted. I don't want to right now. So Madeline is going to go ahead and take that point back in the Southern Balkan states. We're just going to go ahead at base probability. Even if they defend it, we're going to probably still get it.
Targeting the opposition.
So that's pretty good.
Acknowledged.
Anjor, let's see here. What's Urantika's odds of purging in there? Much better than they were. So we'll pump some influence into that, and then run more public support campaigns to support her
Reporting in.
in Iceland.
Ready for orders. I will try to sway the public.
At your
And I will have
service.
Eric head over there as well, rather than continuing in
Making
South
our
Africa.
case.
So we're just going to try and consolidate Europe here. We have most of it, depending on where you draw the lines as the edge of Europe. And we'll go from there. Alright, we can now start learning their language. We can start technology. So we're going to change Nerva Drive to learn their language, I think. I want that at top priority. I'm gonna leave augmented learning at 3 pips. Actually, we'll want to leave that at 3 pips as soon as it changes over. I do want to finish augmented learning though. All right, so we finished augmented learning, so we want to start alien technology. We'll do what we can with those.
The people will come to our side.
Iceland, we've got some more public
We are winning
support.
their hearts and minds.
Our case remains unheard.
See how the purge missions go.
Our associates are now in charge.
Alright, Southern Balkan states is back under control. Can move that all back to mission control. Still a while until we're going to be able to use that, so... And in Hungary, we lost a point. That's frustrating, especially because we wanted to unify that soon. Do we have... Yeah, we do have executive control now, so we should be able to... Oh, hey, the aliens are doing things in Spain. I thought we signed a non-aggression pact with them. Oh well, maybe they're not following it. So we could unify with Spain. We can't unify with Hungary because we lost the control point, but we should be able to if we get that control point back.
Our associates are now in charge.
Alright, and we got Iceland, so we will change everything over to mission control. And I'm going to abandon a control point in Norway. Let them just keep working on mission control, and that'll get us under our cap. Alright, so now this turn, we want Madeline to run a purge on Hungary. Take that one
Removing our
down.
enemies.
Standing by.
Let's see, we have... Our space economy is going really well, actually, at this point, and so I'm thinking, let's see, Madagascar, our crackdown has expired, so I'm going to go ahead and abandon that nation again. Anjor, I'm going to have go and investigate the alien activity that's going on in Madrid.
At your service.
Yoyi, I want to... Actually, I'm going to have Yoyi investigate the alien
We'll see
activity
what
in
we can
Madrid.
find.
We'll have Anjor go ahead and run a
I'm
public campaign in... I was thinking either the Baltic states or possibly we could start working on Russia. Oh, Russia's very bad odds. That's not great. I think we'll have him. Let's just run a public campaign in the. Oh no, let's have him run a public campaign in the EU itself. Pump a little money into that because it's large.
Ready.
And then Eric can go ahead and do the same thing. Public campaign in the EU.
I will tell our story.
Urantika. We want to. There aren't any countries we really want to try and take right now. We could start working on Russia. Run some crackdowns on humanity first there. Not very good odds of doing that though. Is there anything else we want to do? We could take a look at counselors. Could go and investigate the academy. Sure. We'll start investigating the academy, see what they've got.
We'll see what they're up to.
Run this turn, and then I was also thinking of zooming out a little bit and launching our first Earth satellite. Because we have enough space resources to pretty reasonably start doing things with low Earth satellites to get some bonuses. Although we only have 4 slots because they're tiny right now, so maybe that's not actually worth it. We'll wait until we get tier 2 stuff unlocked. So I'll just confirm assignments with those. Runtime. And after this turn, we'll try to wrap it up. Solid core fission reactor's lovely. We don't care. We want to research the alien stuff first.
Surveillance complete.
Alright, so let's see. Apparent loyalty set to loyalty. So she has very low loyalty, so we probably do want to get this counselor turned to our cause. So we'll keep investigating her.
Our case remains unheard.
Wow! 98.7% and we got a 99 roll. That's
Prepping for
unfortunate.
next mission.
It's fine though.
We have moved the needle.
Got a little more popularity in the EU. It might be worth us trying to run the unity priority a little bit here to get cohesion up and strife down. Because right now cohesion is dropping, and I don't think our knowledge investment is doing enough to pick it up. The other nice thing about running unity is it should give us more public support.
We'll be ready for new orders.
Alright, so we found more information about the aliens in Spain. That'll give us a nice boost to our research. Another % or so.
We're in control here.
And we took Hungary, so we have that back. Set everything to funding, and we will unify that into the EU next turn. Philippines, we lost a control point, is fine. We lost a point in Norway. That's okay, we'll take it back, but it's a little frustrating. Alright, and I think there, we'll call it for the turn, or call it for the session. We made some progress on reaching out to the aliens. Our space economy is looking a lot better now, largely because of the aliens, which is mixed. But hey, we wanted to appease them anyway, so we'll see how things go. Thanks, as always, for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.